Well, well, well. It is that time again for us to have a little talk. And today, we're going to take the time to talk about time. This time, we talking about time. A lot of people really don't understand what time is, how it works, and how it is a different thing from what's on your watch. What's on your watch or on your phone, that's a display of positions. We'll get into that at another time. Let's talk about time, how to use it for our advantage, and how to use it for our disadvantage. The first thing I would like to share with you about time is the fact that time, just like helium, is a non-renewable resource. Touch your neighbor and tell them time is a non-renewable resource. It is a resource, if used properly, can be very powerful. If wasted, can have power in the wrong direction, I guess. But one thing you should know, the first concept you should get down into your spirit on time is the fact that time is non-renewable. You cannot create more time. You can combine tasks to get more out of your time. That's very important. And you might feel like you're making time, but technically you ain't making time. When it comes to time being non-renewable, it is essential that you understand when you waste your time, you're not just wasting your time once, it is gone forever. You will never get that time back. You can never make up for it. The procrastination is like, I'll just put it off because I'll have more time later. I'll go the easy route, even though you end up down the road creating so much more problems by putting it off and doing. And instead of doing this task, you do something that's just a time waster, a time killer. How many times have you heard someone say, I'm just killing time? Time is not the right thing to kill. Time is not the right thing to waste, because you will never, ever get it back. Your heart is going to beat in your chest a certain number of times, and that is it. Once it's done, once that number is up, then that number is up forever, and you ain't going to be around to know about it, in my opinion. I don't believe you come back as a tree, and if you do, you ain't going to even know about it. That's just my opinion. It's very important that you make every moment important. Say that. It's very important that I make every moment important. So simply choose, develop the habit of changing your thinking. Choose to do this exercise in your mind. When you come to a crossroad trying to decide what to do with your time, let's say you have the next 30 minutes. To do what? To go through your to-do list, find something you know can be accomplished or mastered in the 30 minutes, maybe two things, 15-minute blocks, maybe two things simultaneously. That would be a very powerful use of time. Or watch streaming videos just to be entertained. The entertainment myth is simply a myth. It's when people say, I work real hard, I'm a successful person, my feet hurt. What I should do is, what I need is to be entertained so I don't have to think about real life for a minute. And then if what you're watching is of a serious subject matter, it feels like you're not entertaining yourself. It feels like you're doing something important because it's of a serious subject matter, when really it just comes down to you sitting there on your couch growing wider as your time is being wasted forever. Time that you could be doing something to help you reach your goals. Now, I feel like I should get so much more into that example at a later time. But for right now, write that down. Time is not a renewable resource. You'll never get it back. Therefore, use it wisely. Okay? Money is not the case. Money is designed to flow around from person to person, and you can create avenues, revenues of money. You can create a revenue stream as many times as you want. You can take the time to do that. More money equals more responsibilities. It could equal more time if you do the right thing with it. So you should do the right thing with your time, do the right thing with your money. But one thing you should know about time is you have to do the smart thing with your time to help you make money. Just know you can't get time back, so do the right thing with it. And like I said also, we have to now think about how to combine tasks to create even more time. So let me fire off examples of that. Combine tasks. Don't just drive. Record a video of your thoughts while you driving, like I'm doing at this very moment, because I have stuff to do as soon as I get home. Matter of fact, I just came off one job. I'm getting ready to immediately, when I get home, start making more money. The time is right to have that happen today. But I wanted to make this video for a couple reasons. I want today to not be void of a lesson, and I don't want to have to remember to do this later. I don't want to procrastinate. I want to accomplish this now and be done with it to add value to your life that you're not going to pay for. You can pay me for personalized coaching later. You can buy a week package, a month package, a lifetime package. We'll talk about my packages, baby, later. But for right now, enjoy this value for free. And I want to add value to your life, so take the time to pay attention. Combine your task, like I said. Don't just drive down the road, but drive down the road and record your thoughts at the same time. Now, don't try to sue me if you smack into the car in front of you. That has nothing to do with me. You control your actions. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't follow it. You live your own life. Quit blaming everybody for your stuff. Take responsibility. It's empowering to take control, to become a control freak of your responsibilities and your time. I want to control my time. Combine task. Know that time is not renewable. Therefore, do something very important with every moment you have. And you may say, well, okay, well, if that's the case, I'll never spend time with my family because that's not going to help me get rich. Nothing is going to make you more rich than healthy relationships. Being rich doesn't necessarily mean you have millions in the bank, baby. Why do you think having money makes you rich? The dollar loses value every single day. Get rich on what you know provides you riches. So sometimes it is a very wise investment to put the flame back in your marriage, or to make things less awkward with your children by getting there and being their parent again in a real way. Whatever the case may be. You might be at odds with a coworker. Take the time to make that right, because you may need that person. They may need you, and it might bless you to bless them. That's on a whole nother episode. Now, I did mention this. What's the difference between time and my watch? The information that your watch on your wrist gives you 24 hours a day is information on how to not miss people. If you and a group of people start your work at 4 p.m., you can tell by the information being displayed on your wrist when to pick up the pace, when to slow down the pace, when to wait outside, when to come in, all that, because everybody's meeting there at 4. Time itself doesn't care what's on your watch. However, the Earth is normally positioned the same way every night when everyone's watch says midnight. Same with 1, the same with 2, the same with 2:05, the same with 2:11. I don't care what the time is. So we have this global positioning. Our Earth moves around the sun, yada, yada, yada. It's normally right around the same position and relationship to the sun, distance and angle and all this other stuff. Normally, roughly on the same day every year. That has established and created our calendar, our 24-hour system. It's pretty cool stuff. And it helps you to not miss people, because theoretically, everyone has the same information at the same time on their clock. That way you don't miss people. Time itself has nothing to do with your clock. Has nothing to do with the time of day. The time of appointment. Time itself exists. And that's almost all it does. Time itself just is. What is time? Time, in a way, is nothingness. Because time does not involve gravity. It doesn't involve planetary positioning very much, because if the planet's obliterated, time would still keep going. Planets somewhere else around a different star that are normally at the same position on that day every year, one of our years, may still be in that same position every time. Time's going to go on without this planet even being here. If the Milky Way galaxy obliterated, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy style, time still goes on. How does time pertain to you? Well, you could say that we only get 24 hours every day. We might as well use it right. But really, you can accomplish a task in a 2-day stretch, a 2.5-day stretch, how much ever time it took. But the more important thing to remember is to do something intelligent with your time, regardless of what's on that clock. Let's say you want to get rich. Okay, do it. Michael Jackson wanted to make Off the Wall an album that would pull him back and fire him out way above what the Jackson 5 could ever accomplish. He wanted to get rid of his previous musical outfit, whatever you want to call it, and soar way above it and leave it behind in a way. So he took the time to mastermind an album called Off the Wall. That was his first one out. It was genius. It was awesome. It was more successful than he could imagine. You understand? That's that. So he created so much wealth, which in turn created so much time by taking the time to make something so good, so perfect. That leads us to the concept of half-assing something. If you're going to half-ass something, you just got to go back and whole-ass it later. Write that one down. Half-ass it now to whole-ass it later, or you can do it right the first time and create more time as a result. And speaking of time, I think we're wrapping up. So that's about 3-4 pretty powerful concepts, mostly on how you can use time to your advantage, make time your boo and not your enemy, just by doing the right thing with it. Procrastination is a time waster. Task combining is a resource. It's a time creator. Okay, you're either wasting or creating. So think about that. Get into the habit of thinking about these things. If you have specific questions on time that can help me make a much better version of this video, hit me up with them. DNation Live on Snapchat, Dougalo_Nation on Instagram. That's about it for now. Thinking about a website, thinking about taking the time to get a website going so we can start getting our brand out there. The nation, the Dougalo Nation, baby. I was telling my friend today, I went for comedy for a long time, and I had what I thought would be endless original jokes. Mostly my brain thought of very what you would call inappropriate ones. And I still have all that in me. They're just not as fast moving because I started to develop a new habit of content like this. Success training. Because at the end of the day, I want more money than a comedian makes. I want more money than a doctor makes. I want more money than a CEO makes. I want more money than I can spend in one lifetime. That's what I want. I think big, therefore I achieve big. And I'm not scared to put in the time to make things happen right the first time because I know where I'm going. If you don't know what direction you're supposed to be going in, then you're going to be walking in circles, and there's no reason to walk fast if you just walking in a circle because you ended up right back at the same spot. That's why people who have no direction, they waste their time on streaming videos. They waste their time swiping every day, all day. They got to sit down on their lunch break and they got to start swiping. They want to see all the posts. What did Anita say about her flower garden? It really does nothing to do with my life. They just want to keep on swiping. And they'll keep right on swiping, hoping the next post satisfies them on any level, but it never does. It is a bottomless pit. That's why they keep right on swiping. They take the time to swipe. They take the time to watch. I can imagine sitting down looking at a screen just because there's entertainment on it. The only screen I want to look at is one that changes my life for the better. It gives me information that I'm going to put into action and make money as a result and have more time as a result of that. I want the time to relax. But as Paul Stanley said, I'll do my sleeping when I'm dead because right now I'm taking the time to set up the trajectory of my life in the direction I want it to go. I'm a control freak over my future. And I don't want nothing messing it up, especially me. You heard? So all these things are relevant. They tie in together on this topic of time. We're going to touch base on everything in more detail as time goes on. So keep it right here, like I always say. Get at me with your hate tweets, get at me with your questions, and just get at me with your story. I want to know the people's trying to know me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be able to talk to you about stuff bothering you. That's the game plan. All right? Get at me. Talk to you soon. Got to go. Love ya.